Hello. I'm sorry to be a minute or so late. I am so discombobulated today with don't do that. I'm trying to set up our Instagram and get everybody situated. So I got off a plane last night at like midnight. I spent 4 days in New York near Lilydale, working with other amazing, incredible mediums from around the country, and one from Mexico. And it was absolutely spectacular time. We went to Niagara Falls. I can't wait to get my pictures edited. I took about 1 million pictures, maybe 100 pictures at Niagara Falls. Such a gift to be able to go there. What a blessing. I've always wanted to go to Niagara Falls, and we were just 30 minutes away, so I had to go. We had an incredible time working with, it was a very small group of elite mediums. Yes, I get it. Small group of mediums. I know. It was really very powerful and very special to be able to work with this amazing group of incredible people. Hi, Chris. Hi, Joanna. Hi, Brenda. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. So it's just really a very special time. I can't wait to share some pictures from Niagara Falls, from the beautiful hotel that we were staying in on Lake Chautauqua, freezing our butts off. I went to school in Rochester, New York. I remember what the winter is and what spring is in Western New York, where it's very, very gloomy and gray, and it was snowing, and we Florida people were like, bah! And I kept looking at our leader and saying, what the heck are we doing here? It's freezing. And so in the first couple of days of April means nothing in upstate New York. So anyway, so it was, Joanna, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. It was incredible these are people we've worked with for probably 2 years, and it was such an amazing opportunity for us to be able to meet each other face to face finally for the first time, because we've all been working in partnership for literally like 2 years. But because of COVID, we've not been able to get face to face. So it was really an incredible opportunity for us to come face to face. And like I said, plus Niagara Falls, it was so wonderful. So I know there is still a little like energy going on, because we had not only was the new moon in Aries on the 1st, like April Fool's Day, right? So we have the new moon, and then we had also Aries is the beginning of the astrological cycle. So not only do we have the new moon, but we had like the new year. So it is like ba-bam, right? And then at the same time, we are also having solar flares and a huge, massive solar storm that came out of the sun. Who knew there were storms? Well, we all knew there were storms on the sun. So massive solar storms that was sending, coronal mass ejections, and that radioactive energy, was coming out on the 31st and the 1st and the 2nd. And so all in this time where we've had, the dip, because we know we have the energy comes down to the new moon and then starts to go up. So not only do we have this low energy where we were more susceptible to the where we're more susceptible to the the forces pushing in on us, right? We also have the new moon, the new year, these massive solar storms, and then we have all the drama that's going on with in our country and other countries. All you have to do is turn on the news to see drama. So especially when people are feeling very put upon and very like drained and very like oh my gosh. And I will apologize, because they're putting in new sidewalks in my neighborhood. They're putting in new sidewalks, and I say that because they're not like replacing all the sidewalks, they're replacing strategic pieces, which I really do not understand how they picked and choose. Pick and choose. I don't know. Anyway, so if it seems noisy, that's what's going on outside. So if you hear a large crash, I promise everything is fine. They're putting these gigantic pieces of sidewalk into trucks, big metal, dumpsters. So there's been a lot. So if you have been feeling since the 30th, 31st, if you have just been feeling like, oh my God, I can't. I seriously cannot. If you've been feeling like that, you are not alone and you are okay. And it is not you. You are not crazy. Okay. I want you to understand that. Or you're not going crazy, or you're not, please don't feel like it is just you, or that you are like, I can't control this. I don't know what it is. Why can't I get a handle on this? None of that is unusual or wrong or inaccurate. Okay. And I was, even just as I saw, I've been so busy the last couple of days with traveling and the working and all this stuff. I saw, pop on a Facebook, pop off, pop on, pop off. And every single time, the things that I saw was somebody had lost a relative, whether it was natural old age or something, or unfortunately COVID, or someone lost a dog to age, or we're saying goodbye to lots of loved ones of varying number of legs, or there was people saying, I'm overwhelmed, I'm getting off Facebook for a while, I'll see you in a month. And I get it, because the energy it has been over these last 5 days just like blah. And so what I want you to understand is, you are not alone, and that you are not imagining it, or you're not, losing grip on your faculties if this is how you've been feeling. And so just breathe in that you are like, okay, it's not just me. It is all right. Because when we have this confluence of stuff, and oh, by the by, when we get the next new moon, there's going to be an eclipse. So, right now, thank God there's nothing in retrograde. But we're going to get it back into those again as well. But just, this has been intense. This has been intense. And so then when you get 20 mediums together in a room, it's like, wow, energy. So, I want you to understand that you are okay. Because when you take aside political stuff, and you see I'm wearing my shirt, I'm wearing my shirt because people are pissing me off. I'm wearing my shirt. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Hi, Joanna. Yes, Joanna, we will get there, I promise. What I want you to understand is, if you take aside, I see lots of you saying, no, it's good to know it's not just me. No, it's not just you, I promise you. Insta, Facebook, I promise you're not alone. I promise you are not alone. And that was a huge topic of conversation, because a lot of the mediums, are very versed in astrology and things. Not so much me, but I am, and so it's a huge topic of conversation. But so I want you to understand is that that it is not just you. I swear to you, it is not just you. But here's the other thing. If you take aside the solar storms, okay, and we get these from time to time, and they really can mess with you, especially when the solar storms come in the time of a new moon, when energy is low and we can feel more susceptible. It can really feel a little overwhelming. So if you take that part to the side and go, okay, so if I've been feeling a little antsy, a little short-tempered, a little really overexhausted, a little like, how do you feel like when you feel like your nerve endings are not wired, but when we get, especially as sensitives, when we get like overstimulated, we can just feel like all of our nerve endings are on fire. All of that can be related to that solar storms, okay? And so that solar energy that literally is bombarding us. So breathe that out, because we're done with those. Okay, we're done with those. So breathe that out, okay? And then be able to breathe in. It is a new moon, and it's also a time of new year. It is the astrological new year, okay? And so this is the time when we're going to have these new beginnings. And so what I want you to get is, with all of this stuff that's going on, we are still at this time where Aries, because Aries is the start of the astrological year. So we're in Aries. This is the new moon in Aries that we've just come through. It was on the 1st and 2nd, on the 1st, but the energy goes along a couple more days, right? So we'll feel that for like 48 hours coming into the new moon, 48 hours coming out, which really will put us like 1st, 2nd, and even into the 3rd. And then the energy is going to start to go up as we start moving our way through, the waxing moon and up into the full moon on the 16th of this month. Hi everybody, I'm Michelle. So as you're feeling that, I want you to understand, if you can put aside that drain of the new moon, the drain of politics, whatever you're looking at, and put aside the solar storms, I want you to understand that Aries has this energy of launch. Aries has this energy of let's go, it's new year, new time, let's go, new opportunities, open the doors, starting gate, let's go. And so there is that part of it. And so if you can look at the solar storms instead of this thing coming down on us, we can look at it as this thing that is lifting us off like a rocket launching, right? That the solar energy, it feels very heavy. It can feel very, but almost if you think about it, it's coming down from the sun and it's going to push, because I know we're all right side up, okay? But the earth and where the sun comes and all of that, if you just imagine that is like a rocket launcher, those storms coming in, and they're going to push you off the other side onto your launch of whatever it is. So I ask you in this time, hi Christina, I ask you in this time, overexhausted, and you didn't know why. See, Brenda, now you know why. Yay. Okay, so, and who else said thanks for that? You thought it was just me. No, definitely not. Definitely not. And so here's what I would ask you is, what have you been holding on to? What have you been carrying that isn't even yours? Because what happens is when we get into that frayed nerves feeling and that feeling of like overexhaustion, we can pick up all this other stuff that we start worrying about that wasn't even ours or didn't even have anything to do with us. Now, I'm not talking about compassion and the stuff that's going on like in Ukraine and other places. I understand that, because the news over the last couple of days has been absolutely horrific. I mean, just... And then even in the United States alone, we literally had like 3 mass shooting events just yesterday, with Sacramento and Dallas, I believe, and then someplace in South Carolina. I mean, it's just, it is easy to think that we are losing our grip on compassion and reality. And I want to remind you that the screaming is loudest, but not biggest. I don't know if I just said that the right way. Let me get a better way to say this. We hear the screaming and the yelling of the violence and the extremism, and whether you're right or the left or wherever, extremism in my mind, extremism on any side is not good. So wherever it is, that screaming, that yelling, we say this all the time, right? If it bleeds, it leads. That's where the headlines go. But that's not the truth of a situation. It's not the truth of a situation. And if you can look a little deeper, if you can look a little under the noise, it is so gratifying to see these things that are like articles and polling things. Like I was reading an article from HRC, the Human Rights Council, because as you can see, I'm a big advocate for gay and the gay and trans community, LGBTQIA community. And hello, Janelle. Janelle, you have something coming up. Do you want to put it in the comments? You are so welcome to do that, my friend. You have like an event or a class, I forget. I know I saw it. I wanted to give you the opportunity to promote it. Please feel free to put that in the comments. So when you read a little deeper, when you look a little deeper, you can see that there are so many more people quietly working underneath, quietly working in the background, that are creating those ripples on the pond to create peace, to promote love and compassion and advocacy. And one of the things that happens in times of crisis or in times of very loud noise is you have this underpinning of people coming together to help. And so what you have is almost like the surface layer. When I volunteer at Blue Springs to protect the manatees in spring and summer, and tomorrow's my first day back with the manatees, I'm very excited. But when you look at the water in the springs, so at Blue Springs, and I know this seems off topic, but go with me for a second. When you look at the water at Blue Springs State Park or any springs, okay, so here in Florida, the water comes up out of a hole in the ground. We have tons of springs, okay, big ones, little ones. The water comes up from a fissure in the ground, from the aquifer below the water, below the land. And so, because Florida is basically an island that, forgot to detach. So the water comes up, and in the case of Blue Springs State Park, where I work, we get like 100 million gallons of water that comes up a day. 100 million gallons. I mean, that's incredible. So 100 million gallons has a lot of current, right? And so you can literally watch, the current push leaves and plants in my kayak out, and people who are there swimming, they'll get in there and they'll be like, wow, it is a lot of current, right? It's hard to swim because it's a lot of current. It's more than what you think. But what happens when the spring water meets the river? So the spring comes out and the river goes this way. Okay, so what happens when the spring meets the river If there's a lot of rain, the river pushes the what we call the mixed line back into the spring, and when there's not a lot of rain, then the spring pushes the water out. So the river water is dark. It's like brown tea. You can't see in the river. You can't see the bottom. You know, the visibility is like this much. But spring water is usually very crystal clear, so you can see all the way to the bottom. So what happens is when you have the spring water, it literally is going under the river water for about 10 to 15 more feet. So you may see black, dark brown water on the river, but literally the spring water is going underneath of it for another 10 to 20 feet. So if you were under the water at that point where the two waters mix with a mask and a snorkel, you could see. If you looked up, you couldn't, but if you looked ahead, you would be able to see. And so this is what I'm talking about, where we see the noise, we hear the noise. Sorry, my sinuses just went when I went up to New York. My allergies kicked in like 1,000%. So now that I'm home, everything is draining out of me. Happily, I'm getting my sinuses back, because I swear yesterday I sounded like Harvey Firestein. It was hilarious. I mean, not really, but I did sound. It was terrible. So I'm getting better. So if I'm coughing, I apologize, because my sinuses are happily draining with humidity. So you can go underneath that water. And so while we're hearing all this noise that's going on up here, that is all the blood and guts and horror and war and, you know, hate and anger and just underneath, there is more going on under the surface. And this is the thing that I want you to really understand, is that there is so much more going on under the surface. It may not be ready to rise to the surface. It may not be as loud. It may not be as... It doesn't get news coverage because it's not interesting, because it doesn't, you know, bleed and scream and all that. Doesn't mean it's not there. It doesn't mean it's not happening. And so when I look on these websites and I read their articles about so many Americans are opposed to these anti-trans bills, and so many Americans are in favor of support of equality for LGBTQIA, and so many people are in support of ending the war and sanctioning Russia and, you know, doing all these different things, that's what the people are saying. That's not what our leaders are saying, but that's what the people are saying. And so I'm telling you, when you start to feel that, like Claudette, I'm totally with you. And if you weren't with us at the beginning, go back when we're done and watch the beginning of what we were talking about with the new moon and the new year and the solar storm and the, you know, all of this, because there is so much that was part of that since March 30th. And so all of that happened at the same time coming into April 1st, right? So you had the 30th and 31st leading into the new moon with the solar storms, and then we had the new moon on April 1st, and so coming in out of that, the 1st and 2nd and into the 3rd. So, and here we are just now in the time where we can kind of feel like, whew, I could take a breath. So if you're feeling like that, and I want to encourage you to be like, okay, hey, I could take a breath. And I want to tell you that when I was up in Buffalo, outside of Buffalo, I would stand outside, freezing though I was, and I would stand in the grass, and I would put my dominant hand, I'm left-handed, so I put my dominant hand facing down, like by my hip, and I put my non-dominant hand up in the sky. And I did, you know, I opened my bottle and I stood out there like we've talked about, and I opened and I put my head back and I let spirit and I let love and light come in and fill me up. Because when you're talking with, you know, departed people all day, it can be a little bit draining. Well, it can be a lot draining. So opening your vessel, opening your bottle to receive blessings, to receive abundance, to receive peace. And then also to put your receiving hand, which is your non-dominant hand, up, and your dominant hand down, and to ask for light, love, source, spirit, whatever it is, the God of your understanding, to come in and fill you in your receiving hand with all of that beautiful wonderfulness, and to allow all the things that don't serve you to come out and go into the ground, down to Mother Earth. And so I put this hand, my dominant hand is my outgoing energy, down to the ground, and let all of that fall out. Let all of that fall away, okay? Because we want to bring in the good, and release the not so good. And so one of the things that happens when our energy is so low and we feel so compressed and put upon and heavy from all this stuff that's going on, one of the things that happens is we start to pick up stuff that isn't even ours. We start to feel like we have to fix things that don't even belong to us. And so what I want you to really understand is to, and encourage you to do, is take time over the next day or so, now that things are starting to feel a little more breathy, we can breathe. Maybe not me, but we feel a little bit more like we can breathe. Take this time to say, what is it that I'm even holding on to that isn't even mine? Where am I putting my attention to things that are not mine, or not for me, or not like even stuff that I need to like worry about? Because we get into our head like, oh my God, I have to do something. Well, do you? Is it your issue, or is it an issue you've heard about, or something someone said, or, remember the 3 questions. Is this mine? Do I have the power to fix it? And did anybody ask me to fix it? And so with things like Ukraine and, Viktor Orban and, racist people, is it mine? No, it is definitely not mine. But it still upsets me. Do I have the power to fix it? I don't have the power to fix all of it. But I do have the power to affect change in my little corner of the world. So I will do what I can. Did anybody ask me? Probably not directly. I don't know that I've had any trans friends that came and said, please help us. But I feel like that's part of being part of the collective consciousness, the community, being part of spreading love and tolerance and compassion and respect. And so being a member of community, whatever your community is and wherever it is, calls for us to be involved in some way, in a way that works for us. And Janelle says checking in, taking care of self is so important, and that self-love ripples out. I don't feel good about myself if I say, oh, that's really sad and terrible, my friends are being oppressed and, discriminated against. And I guess I'll just, go get my nails done. That wouldn't make me feel good about myself. And so part of my self-care and self-love is doing what I can to raise awareness, to make donations, to check in on my friends and make sure how they're doing during all this time. And as a Jewish woman, I feel the same way, because we're seeing, this anti-Semitism rising again around the globe, which can be very, very scary. And so again, taking care of myself means checking in on my friends. How are you doing? Are you okay? What's going on? Okay, so you set that bar for yourself, and there is no judgment. Like your bar is not high enough or your bar is too low. That's bullshit. That's somebody else's crap. Your bar is what can you do that makes you feel right or better in a situation, because we can be made to feel so helpless. And I want you to understand, we are not helpless. Even if you donated $1, even if you just sent prayers and love and light, and every single night we're like sending prayers and rippling them out as far as we can, expand our love and energy and sending that protection and love to Ukraine or wherever it is. That's something you can do that doesn't cost a dime. And everything counts. Every little piece, little snippet counts. I am always so reminded of the story of my younger son, who's 21 now. When he was little, I took him to see the Nutcracker, the ballet. And before the performance, the director of the ballet company came out on the stage and talked about how wonderful the performance was going to be, and asked for donations and told how important it was to help financially support. If you liked what you see and you want these programs to continue in the community, it's so important for us to financially support the arts. And if you've been around for a while, you know that the arts are often under attack, and they're the first things to be cut when there's money troubles and things. And so the arts need our help. And so my son says to me, I want to help. He really enjoyed the ballet. He had a marvelous time at the Nutcracker. And so we came home. He gave me like $1.76 out of his piggy bank. It was all change, pennies and quarters and dimes. And I wrote a check. I took his money and I wrote a check. I put it back in his account. But I wrote a check to the director of the ballet, who was someone I actually knew. And I said, dear Russell, this is check for my son, and this is the situation. He's like 9 years old, and this is what I don't think he was even 9, but this is what he wanted. And so, and I included a check from us, from my husband and I, to be a little bit more, a few more zeros, and to be able to help as well. But I made a separate check for Dylan, and Dylan got his very own letter of thank you and tax deduction from the ballet, and he was so thrilled. And what that reminds us is that even $1.75 can make a difference to people who are in need. And I'm not equating the ballet company with people who are having their neighborhoods bombed. I'm not. But what I'm trying to say is that even the littlest thing, financial or not, can make a very big difference. And so when you feel a little like, I can't do anything, remember that that is a lie we have been told, or that we tell ourselves, and that there is much that we can do that doesn't have anything to do with money. It can simply be being kind to your neighbor and checking on them, and are you okay, and how are you doing? Talking to a friend who is maybe feeling the same way, or who maybe is not. We talk about, we have thinkers and feelers. Like my husband is a thinker, and I'm a feeler. And so you can talk to a thinker and say, hey, I feel like I just need to, vent a little, or I need to get this off my chest. And to be able to check in with maybe another feeler that you can talk to and say, can we talk about this, because I'm feeling this kind of a way. Can you just listen and hold some space? And then I'll hold space for you. Holding space for someone else is something so powerful that we can do for each other, because it's just about surrounding each other with love. And it's amazing how that can ripple out. How do you think that a small country like Ukraine is holding off this amazingly big, I don't like to use the word amazing, sorry, I retract, cancel that, but how do we think that the tiny country of Ukraine is holding off this massive military onslaught and doing it well? Because they have so much more power in energy, and all the people praying for them, and all of the things that are being done to help support them from underneath. You see on the top the Russian tanks and the military, and it's big and oppressive and it's horrible, but underneath there's so much more going on. And so this is where I want to talk to you about today, is because it's so easy to get caught up in the surface where it's very, very loud. Allow yourself to sink a little in, not deeper, I'm not talking about sinking in depression, I'm not talking about sinking in the darkness. Allow yourself to go under the surface of the noise and check in with the love and the compassion and the unification of so much of the world that is rallying together to stand against war. We are in 2022. Have we not learned anything? Have we not had enough war? And people are saying, yeah, we have had enough, and we don't want this anymore. And so if you can go underneath and really feel into the power of the love and the compassion and the generosity and the coming together that is not in the noise. It's like listening to a rock band and trying to hear the bass, Have you ever tried to hear rock music, heavy metal? A lot of heavy metal in my house with my kids and my husband. And to hear the bass guitar, dun, 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 it's harder to hear it. You have to really concentrate to be able to hear it, but it's there. And it makes such a difference in the quality of the music if you took it away. So having that remembrance and tuning into that. So some great comments here. Aura Oracles, who I know who this is, but I'm not knowing who this is in this moment. Do small things with great love, as Mother Teresa said. Absolutely, 100%. Bridget says, say the violet flame for Ukraine. Absolutely. We pray the violet flame. We meditate on the violet flame. We send that power, such powerful energy in the violet flame. We send that to Ukraine to protect them, to put that bubble of protection around them. Absolutely. So, look, and then we've got a scammer came right in. So Russell Sharon, banned. We're banning you. Bye-bye. We don't have scammers here. No scammers, no spammers. So let's see. Spam, you're marked as spam. And we're going to ban you. So get your comments in quick, because you're about to be banned. I love this thing. Ban. Bye. Bye. I love this, that we have this ability to get, and then all their comments just go away. Bye-bye. So, all right. Let's do some cards. Okay, let's do some cards. All right. I really have been called to tap into the animals. I was driving this morning to I'm new to your show, but your energy is... Oh, thank you. Can you put in the comment, what your first name, or oracles, what your first name is, just so we can address you, because I'm kind of guessing that... Chris, you are so funny. For some reason, it hid your comment, so let me unhide that, because that's funny. So that we don't have to... I'm guessing your first name is probably not Aura? Maybe it is. Ooh. All right, so we're going to pull an animal card, and then we're going to grab a card from Colette Baron-Reid's Wisdom of the Oracle. I've been kind of feeling that deck, and so we've got the elk. Okay, isn't that so interesting? Hi, Mary. Oh, of course it is. See, I'm like, I know who that is. Wait a minute. Okay, so we have, yes. So this is so interesting because I don't know if you heard me literally shuffling the cards, right? I shuffle them 3 times always. And so here comes Elk Spirit again. Again comes Elk Spirit. We've been seeing the elk show up so much. So much we've been seeing the elk spirit. It says, stand tall and maintain your dignity no matter what, and others will treat you with the respect that you deserve. And I love this because this has been coming. This has been coming up so many weeks now. We've seen the elk, and I'm telling you, be standing tall and standing for what you believe in and standing for those you believe in, and just remembering that you are not alone, but standing firm and with your feet planted. All right, wait. Oh, love Assy. Look, we've got not pulling cards for individuals yet. Hold on, and we've got love somebody, another spammer coming in. Hang on. So we're gonna block them, and we're gonna block them. Bye, ban. Bye. See you. Bye. Okay, so hang on to the request because we're not you guys are so funny. I love your comments to the spammers. You guys crack me up. Thank you. Oh, look, another one. Oh, they're all coming in now. Michael, bye-bye. We are blocking you too. Oh my goodness. I guess it's a compliment if ban Michael. Bye-bye. See you. Bye. I've gotten faster at banning them, so I guess that's why maybe they didn't get on to Chris so fast. So hold on to your comments of like, pull me a card, we will. And let me just say, if you are a spammer, we will ban you immediately. Like, we will ban you immediately because I've gotten so much faster at like clicking that button and doing that. So once we finish with the collective reading, I will scroll back through the comments on Facebook and Instagram, and we'll scroll back and we will definitely get you individual card readings. So, but we've had this elk spirit show up a bunch of times. Oh, look, the numbers kind of dropped a few of our spammers, off. Hello. Welcome back, Karen. Welcome back. So, like I said, if you're a spammer, we will ban you super fast. I've gotten much faster, and that's a good thing. So, we can ban the spammers. I love that I have the ability to do that, so you all don't have to deal with that crap. Okay, so we're gonna shuffle. We're gonna do our collective reading, and then, like I said, we're gonna scroll back, and we're gonna get everybody a card. I'll pull a card for everybody, okay? All right, so you hear me shuffling. We're going to do it one more just in case. Okay, and I'm going to grab some water just super fast. I know, Claudette, it's so funny, but I will tell you, I think it's kind of like a compliment, right? If we weren't like a great community of light and like a whole bunch of people that were coming and hanging out, the spammers wouldn't come and target us, right? So I figure we must be spam. So, Mary, for some reason it's like blocking your comment. Let me unhide that for you. So for whatever reason, I guess that, I kind of take it as a compliment that, the people are like, thinking we must be doing something worthwhile or they wouldn't bother. I mean, if we sucked, they wouldn't come here to spam, right? I'm trying to think about it positively. They certainly are annoying. All right, so we're going to pull some cards. All right, so here's what we need to know. Serendipity. Oh, isn't that interesting? So serendipity, what number are you? There is 18. And so this comes in upside down, which just remind us that, so serendipity is things that are working like coincidences, though I don't believe in coincidence, but it's things that, where the universe is trying to like push you and guide you, and isn't that a coincidence? It's like, no, that was the universe guiding you and spirit guiding you. And so this is just a reminder to let this happen, and not to discard it, not to overlook it. When we look at things like, when it's upside down, it's like, well, where are those coincidences, those little signals, those little nudges from the universe showing up in your life that maybe you're not catching? So this is the reminder, especially that it's upside down, that these things are here to guide you, to lift you, to bless you, to help point in the right direction. Those things, there's no such thing, in my opinion, there's no such thing as coincidence. So when you're seeing those things happen, like when you want to say, isn't that so weird? Like, that's so weird how that happened. Like that, stop and pay attention to that and say, well, wait a minute, what is that trying to show me? Because nothing that happens that's like, oh my God, weird, like what is that? There's a reason. There's a reason for that. What is the universe trying to show you? Don't discard it. Or like when you hear a ringing in your ears. Now, if it's a medical condition, definitely get that checked out. But if it's you hear ringing in your ears, or like buzzing, or a dragonfly is flying around you, or I get wasps a lot. Like not they're trying to hurt me. I don't feel like threatened or anything like that. Oh look, we got another one. Jessica Joy. Oh, she got hid right away. But we're still gonna ban her. Jessica Joy, we're gonna ban you. Bye bye. Bye bye. Ban. Bye. Ban. There you go. There you go. Bye bye. Okay, so if you come in and you're trying to be like, hey, inbox me, you're out. Banned. Just banned. I promise you. So, okay. So serendipity reminds us that, the universe is trying to show us things. Spirit, our loved ones, our angels, our guides, they're always trying to show us things. So don't discount those things when you get those nudges or those things, like something is trying to get your attention from coincidence, serendipity, or, birds, wasps, something that's going on. Don't discount those things, because they are showing up for you for a reason. Okay, so this is also message in a bottle. I love this, and this is card 15. So I love this, message in a bottle. This is so much about exactly what's going on right now, right? There's all this outer stuff going on, right? But underneath of it, there's so much more. Or inside of it, there's so much more. There's so much more. This is exactly what we were just talking about, how there's so much more than meets the eye than what's going on. So message in a bottle is really looking at what's going on around you, looking at those things that you've been carrying. What can you release? This is that time of Aries new moon. Go forward. This is the time to go for it. Literally, like, go for it. All right, well, if your ears are ringing a lot, you might check it out with a doctor just to make sure it's not like tinnitus or something. But I also am always very conscious of which side of my ear is ringing. Is it the right or is it the left? Like for me, mediumship comes in on the right and psychic information comes in on the left. So what side is it coming in? So that's something to look at also, or Mary. So, okay, and then we're going to pull one more card. So seriously, that message in a bottle is really what we were talking about so many things that are happening, but there's more going on underneath the surface. So look at what is going on around you and really take a deeper look, a deeper dive, and say, okay, is this mine? Am I supposed to do something with this? Can I release this? Can I let it go? Can I just send it off with a prayer? Can I send it off with a prayer? So at night, I say, oh my gosh, everything that's going on with Ukraine and the news, and I say, I can send this off with a prayer of love and light to all of them, and I send it off with a prayer, and I can let that go. But I'm looking at the things that are going on around me that may have that may have a deeper meaning. So message in a bottle reminds us to look a little deeper, to look underneath the noise for what is really going on. Okay, there's something inside that is important for us to understand. So take that time for yourself as we are in this new year, this time of Aries new moon, new year. So, okay, and then the last card for the collective reading for today is Poised. And I love this card because we had this card like last week or the week before. We have Poised. And I love this because you know what? She is not poised. Look at her. She's dancing. She's in joy. And I love this because my girlfriend and I, so we traveled to Buffalo together, to Lake Chautauqua to participate in this mediumship weekend with these 22 amazing, amazing mediums. And we traveled together. And what was I going to say about it? Oh, gosh. Train of thought, shoop. All right, give me a second. Oh, that's what it was, the dancing. Thank you. Okay, so every morning, because I love, traveling with her, she's so much fun. But every morning she puts on really like soft piano music and like, things to like wake up her energy and start her day while she's take a shower, brush her teeth, getting the makeup and the whole thing. And then when she's ready, she puts on dancing music, like, rock and roll, and she's dancing around. We had the Beatles, we had, I don't know, all kinds of stuff. And all, like U2, and just all kinds of music dancing. And we're getting ready, we're dancing, and she's dancing. And so this is so much about that, because that energy, so this isn't about being poised. This isn't about that. This is about letting yourself fly free, letting yourself, poised schmoised, right? We started, and what a beautiful bookend, because we started with the elk that says stand tall, but this is about standing up for what you believe in and standing for yourself. But coming in with poised and allowing those coincidences, those, things that are happening to be important, to notice them and not to miss that the universe is trying to show you that there is something, message in a bottle, there is something going on deeper under the surface. And this is about poise. Don't feel like you have to be some kind of way for somebody else. You be you. She's jumping for joy. She's dancing. She's like poised, schmoised, right? So this is all about standing in your own energy, allowing that energy to fill you up, to come in, and for you to be your most authentic self, okay? And to be your best you. And as Aries tells us in this time of the new moon and this time of the new astrological year, this is literally the time to go for it. So whatever you have been holding off on and whatever you have been like hesitating about, I want to tell you this is the time, because if not now, when? And what is the worst that could happen? Just go for it, okay? Go for it, whatever it is, just go for it, because if you miss, so what? So what? If you fall on your face and you get okay, so I stood up in front of the room and 22 mediums, I stood up in front of the room and I gave messages to the group, and of course the link to spirit that I get is for our master teacher. Of course that's the link that I get. It's not for anybody else in the room, it's for the one guy who is critiquing all of us. Right? That's the one. That's the connection I have, is this is the information. So, you got to be really good to give to the, and I'm thinking, of course, that's where they put me. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what's the worst that could happen? Because I'm here to learn. And I love this Brene Brown quote that I'm sure I'm not going to get it right. This is, I'm here to learn and to get better. I'm not here to get it right. I'm not going to be right. And that's totally like blowing up her quote. But it's not about being right, and it's not about getting it. It's about getting better. It's about showing up and getting better. That's what this is about. That's what we are here for. It isn't so much about being right. It's about getting it right and getting better. And the way that we do that is by throwing ourselves up and giving ourselves the opportunity to take a chance, to try, to go for it. And so here we are with Aries, fire in the sky, literally, either from, the war or from solar flares. We have so much energy that if we can harness it and propel ourselves forward, this is the time to do that. This is the time to do that. So, okay, I'm going to scroll back. And we're going to start with Instagram. All right, we're going to do a card for Gina on Instagram, and then we're going to come over to Facebook, and we're going to get everybody's card. So if you already put in a comment, this is please can I give a card, don't put another one in on Facebook. Please don't put another one in. I promise I'm going to scroll back. So Mary, if your husband is a channel, you must have some very interesting conversations. When my channel was, when I was allowing my channel to be more active, to speak for herself, my husband has told me some really interesting stories about talking with her. I decided that for right now, that's not the path I needed to be on, but she gave all the information we needed at that time. With some very interesting conversations my husband had with her. So with them, I guess. I think he said it was a her. So fascinating stuff. All right. So again, hold on to those comments on Facebook. We're going to start with Gina on Instagram. We've got Gina, the truth be told. And again, this comes in upside down. So, gosh, my glasses are dirty. And so this is card 14. So Gina, this is 1 and 4 is 5. So this is like you're just getting to the hump of the situation. Okay, truth be told. And so this is reminding you, again, look underneath, right? Where is the truth of the situation? Don't miss the truth of the situation. So here it is right side up so you can see it. The owl and the bird cage and stuff. You are not prisoner. You are not caged. You are much more free than you think. We have so much more power to affect our little corner. And imagine, like, you ever see one of those movies, and I know this is going to go from something positive that sounds really negative, but just hang in there with me for a second. You ever see one of those movies that's like, I'm thinking of War Games. I know this is a very old movie with Matthew Broderick was like a child. But they showed this map of the world, and if like a nuclear weapon happened, and like then this bomb would go, and this bomb would go, and this bomb would go. But what happened was, the dots, hit America, hit Russia, hit wherever, and it would like blah, 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 and it expanded, right? And okay, so that's bad, but think about it another way. If we are the dots sending love and light and passion and joy and all these things, and it goes blah, 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 and expands, that's where the power is. That's the power. And so that's what I'm talking about, is not nuclear weapons. We're talking about being our circle of love and light and expanding out, because even from underneath the surface, underneath the noise, this is where we can make a difference. Okay. And so, Gina, there's more. Don't forget who you are, what you're doing, where you're going. Don't get distracted by the noise. Okay, don't get distracted by the noise, because there's so much that I feel like you're like moving forward and you're doing all the things, but then you're like, wait, what? I have to go rescue somebody. This is the time of you. Right now, Aries is the time of you. You. Okay, this is not the time of I got to go save the world. This is right now the time of I got to save me. I got to move me forward. This is the time of and it's not about selfishness. It's about, this is the time where the energy is much more directed to propelling yourself forward. And you know that whole thing of like, you can't put, you have to put your oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on somebody else, right? And so this is what they're talking about. This is the time of you putting that oxygen mask on yourself, Gina, and moving yourself forward. So you got this. Just don't get lost in the noise, right? Don't get lost in the noise. All right, on Facebook, I am going to scroll back. So if you've already put in a comment on Facebook that says, please can I have a card, please don't put in another one, okay? Please don't put in another one unless, okay, where am I? Okay. All right, so we're going to start with Mary. We're going to start with Mary, oracles. We're going to start with Mary. So I really do scroll back, and you are very welcome, my friend Gina. And I scroll back, and we're going to start with all the comments. I try to do them in order, okay, to pull a card. So Mary, this is Go to the Sea, and this is card number 7. And it isn't about necessarily going to the beach, but it is about going on the voyage. It's going on the journey. Allow yourself to go forward, which is literally what I was just telling Gina. Allow yourself to go forward. This is so much about the Aries energy. Are you all getting the hint now? This is about the Aries energy. And I'm sweating. I'm so excited. This is about you being able to take the journey. It's time to take the journey. It's time to let yourself go forward. Aries, the new moon, the new year of astrological new year. This is the time of launch, right? So there's so much power in the universe supporting you in going forward. So go forward, go. This is the time. So this is what it says, is go to the sea. It's not about like take a cruise. It could be, but it is about allowing yourself to go forward. Allow yourself to go forward. This is whatever's been holding you back, whatever you're holding on to that isn't even yours. Let it go, because this is the time that it's open. The water is calm. The water is calm in front of you. It's time for you to go forward. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go to Bridget Gill Young. Let me just scroll back really quick. Oh, you're welcome. I'm so glad, Mary. Yay. I'm so glad. I love when the cards are perfect, because they always are, right? All right. So Bridget Gill Young. Okay. Bridget Gill Young. All right. Oh, okay. Bridget and then Michelle. Okay. Bridget, Michelle, and then Chris. Okay. Bridget. Oops. Why is that one blocked? Oh, okay. Bridget, Michelle, and then Chris. Okay. Because you guys are so funny. All right, Bridget, your card is Orphaned. And this is card number 5. So again, coming up to like the top of the obstacles, coming up to the time of like, you've been climbing that mountain, you've been working, you've been running, you feel like you're in it alone. And this is a reminder, because it came in upside down. So this is a reminder, Bridget, you're not alone. Okay, you are not alone. You have this community. You have so many other amazing people with love and light in their heart that are around you. This is a reminder not to put those blinders on so tight that you can't see that others are walking the path with you. Okay, you are not alone. So allow yourself to turn it around, because I know it seems like you're the only one carrying it in the wood, right? But you're not. Allow yourself to open those blinders and look left, look right, and see that there are other people that are on the path with you, because you are not alone. Okay, it says Orphaned. You may be going in your direction, but others are watching, they're following you, and you are not alone. Allow yourself, ask for help when you need it, and allow yourself to welcome others to join you on the path. Okay, we don't have to walk alone. You are definitely not alone. So, all right, let me see. Your comments are coming in so fast that, all right. Okay, we're gonna get Janelle also. So when the comments are going up, who got we got another spammer that got blocked. So all right, is that Smith Mary? Let me see. Blocking. So your comments are coming in fast, and they are pushing the comments up where I can't see them. So Chris, I appreciate so much that you keep me honest. I want to make sure we don't miss anybody, and so let me ban this person who is coming in there. Okay, we've got them banned. Awesome. It's a busy day. All right, so where were we? Okay, we just did, who did we just did? We just did Bridget. Okay, and then we're going to do Michelle Krantz, and we'll get Janelle, and we'll get Chris. All right, so we're going to do Michelle Krantz. Okay, Michelle. All right, Michelle Krantz. So we've got Not For You, card number 6. So Not For You. This is a really big theme this week, and if you watch me, on a regular, you'll see there's kind of that theme, right? So this is reminding you, keep your eye on what's yours, okay? Keep your eye on what's yours. Don't be jealous of other things. I'm not saying you are, but it's easy to let ourselves start looking over the fence and be like, that grass is greener thing. And I'm going to tell you that this is, if you stay in your lane and you stick with what is true for you and stay true to your heart, you are going to go absolutely the right way. Okay, if you start looking over that fence and seeing what's, how green is their lawn, you're going to veer off the path. Okay, I literally was driving this morning with my son, and we were stopped at a light, and a bluebird went across right in front of our car, and I was looking at it, and before I realized I had kind of let my foot off the brake a little bit, and we were rolling. I was like, oh, let's not roll into the car in front of us. Okay, all was well, but don't let yourself get distracted, okay? Keep your eye on what is true for you. Keep your eye on where you're going, what is right for you. Feel that so that you're staying in your authentic path. You stay in your truth, and don't let the shiny things, veer you off course, okay? So this is just a reminder that you're already going in the right direction. Just don't get distracted, okay? All right, where are we going next? Where are we going? We're going Janelle. Let me scroll down. Okay, oh, Janelle didn't need a card. I'm just trying the energy. Okay, so Janelle, if you want a card, just let me know. You guys are so sweet. Okay, I love how you support each other. It just makes my heart so happy, I gotta tell you. All right, so let me do Michelle Krantz, and then Chris, we're gonna put you last. I saw that yours is in there, and so I'm just kind of scrolling back. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, because I feel like I'm missing some of your comments. So I want to get Michelle Krantz because I did see that she had asked for one. And okay, so at this point, if you are looking for, I'm going to scroll up because there's only so much space that lets me see the comments, and then they go up and I can't see them anymore. So at this point, we're going to do Michelle Krantz. And then if you have not gotten a card and you wanted one, put in a new comment on Facebook, okay? Put in a new comment on Facebook. Okay. All right, so Michelle Krantz. Michelle, exchanging gifts. I love this. Michelle, exchanging gifts. So this is about giving, but it's also about receiving. And so often we have so much ability to give, but we don't allow ourselves to receive as much. And so I want to encourage you to be open and to receive and to welcome in others, to allow others to help you. And this kind of goes along with the card that we just had about being an orphan. Open up the blinders, let other people in, okay? Especially with all the energy that's going on right now, it's really important for us to let others in. It's really important for us to allow others who are walking in our direction and walking our path to come with us and to combine our energies. Because when we combine our energies, we're so much more powerful. How powerful do you think it was for meditation and energy exchange for 22 mediums to be sitting, qualified, good mediums, to be, coming together in one little hotel ballroom to be able to work together? Oh my God, if they'd have had I don't know, whatever, some kind of an energy meter that they, could rate that stuff. I'm thinking of Ghostbusters, right? Where the little thing went, whoop, right? Which I know is not exactly what we're talking about. But how powerful do you think that was? But that collective energy. So allow others to come with you along the way. Share your gifts. Be generous with your heart. And it's not about the wallet. Be generous with your heart. Be generous with your energy. And allow others to be generous to you as well. Allow those things to come in, okay? All right. Allow others to be generous to you. So often we're like, no, it's okay. Allow those gifts. Allow people to walk with you. Allow people to have, to help you. All right. So where are we now? Karen Fisher is the top message that I can see. Let me scroll down. Okay, see Karen Fisher. Okay, so Karen Fisher, and then we're gonna put, and then now I can see the comments. Yay, because we're working our way down. So we're gonna do Karen Fisher, and then we're gonna do Miss Chris Judd. Okay, all right. Let me see. Okay, Well, I love that you show up, Janelle. Thank you so much. She says, I'm not here for card, just holding space with love and light for everyone. And that's exactly what I was just talking about bringing our energies together. So, mwah, thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. And definitely click on the link that Janelle put into the comments as well. So, all right, so we've got, okay, so where am I? Oh, bam to spam. You guys are so cute. Okay, Claudette. Claudette, mending. Claudette, this is mending. It's card 52, so 5 and 2 is 7, which is, again, is about moving that forward. Tell me something about 7. Just keeping your eyes open for untruths, things that are maybe not genuine, but this is about mending. So allowing your heart to be open and allowing yourself to be again, to release what doesn't serve you and release the things that you've been carrying that don't belong to you. This is really what I'm feeling with this card, this mending card, Claudette, is releasing those things that you're carrying that are not even yours to carry. Okay, it's okay for you to put the water down, put the basket down, put it down on the side of the path. Allow the next person will pick it up. The person that it serves, the person that it belongs to will pick it up. We find something along the path and we think, oh my gosh, I'd like to bring this back to the person. But if we leave it where it was, the person can retrace their steps and find it. Sometimes we pick up stuff that doesn't even belong to us. And so Claudette, this is a reminder for you to let go of those things that don't belong to you. But it is also about opening your heart to reconnecting with people that may have fallen away, especially during COVID, and allowing those people back into your heart. But the 7, the 5 and the 2 and the 7 gives me that, like, make sure you're using discernment. Make sure you're using discernment. Let people back in, but maybe do it slowly. Like, okay, is this person, okay, reconnecting with friends, reconnecting with loved ones, but making sure that you're using discretion for like, am I sure I want to connect with that person or let that person into my inner circle? Use that discretion. But there is some mending, especially of like in the heart, of things to release and let go of those things that don't even belong to you. It's not even carrying stuff that doesn't serve you. It's releasing stuff that doesn't even yours in the first place and allowing that clearing. I have a bowl on my desk, almost thrown on the floor. Just allowing that, that'll clean your energy out. Allowing those things to just fall by the wayside. Leave them on the side of the path. Let the person who they really belong to have the opportunity to come and find them and pick them back up again. Okay. All right, Chris Judd with jobs. Chris Judd with jobs. We've got Chris Judd with jobs. All right. Did we do Karen yet? We did. Did we? I don't think so. All right, Chris Judd. Time to go. And it's card 45, so 4 and 5 is 9, so we know that's kind of closing the door, coming to the end of a chapter, to the end of a journey. So I want you to understand that this is that when this door is closing, that means absolutely another door is going to open for you, that it is time for you to move along, and that way is going to be provided. Okay, that way is going to be provided for you. And I want you to keep that faith. I want you to really hold on to that and believe in it. And it's not about like hold on to it like please. It's not like that. It's holding on to it from that place of total understanding that the universe has got you. That even when you don't know what that thing is right now, it is coming. It is coming. And so often we're like looking for things and it's like, oh, it's always the last place you look. Of course it's the last place you look, because when you find the thing you're looking for, you stop looking, right? And so when do things happen? They happen at the last minute. They always happen at the end because it's the end. And so I want you to hold on to the complete and total confidence that those things are moving forward for you, because it is time for you to make this shift. And so the way will be provided for you to shift smoothly. Is it going to be easy? Maybe not. But it is absolutely going to be a shift to your benefit, and it's going to be a whole new, like, it's like you close the door behind you and all of a sudden the sun just, woo! And I feel there's so much light in front of you, but just believe that it is coming, okay? It is coming. All right. And I love you. All right, so let's see. Karen Fisher. All right. Claudette, I think we got you already, because I got a little out of order. So Karen Fisher. Oh, I'm so glad things are resonating. Yay. Okay, Karen Fisher. Gotcha. And Claudette, did we get you? I think we got Claudette. Somebody help me. Yep, Claudette. Okay, we did Claudette. So, you know, because I get it. It goes in, it goes out. Okay, so Karen Fisher. Okay, Karen Fisher. Yep, letting go and seeing them for who they are. That's exactly what's been going on. Lots of hurt mending that needs to happen. Spot on. My blessings. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So, all right. So, Karen Fisher. Okay. All right. Karen Fisher. The Fates. And this is card number, sometimes these numbers are hard to see, 17. So 1 and 7 is 8. I love the 8 because it's the infinity symbol. I love that. It's the infinity symbol. So you have the Fates, and it's this reminder, and look how she's hugging herself, and the angel wings are behind her, and there's so much sparkle and light that's coming off of her. This is a reminder that they are with us. They are with us. They are here to help and to support and to lift and to guide. And so it goes right back to where we started with, like, one of the first cards we pulled was serendipity. Let them show you. They're trying to show you. Let them, right? That we, oh, it's just coincidence. No such thing. There's no such thing. Okay. So this is so much about allowing them guide you. They're trying to show you, are you listening? Are you paying attention? And I love this infinity symbol because, of the 8, if you turn it on its side, it's the infinity symbol. And it just reminds us that we're never alone, that we always have so much more support than we think. And we always have so much more available to us if we are willing to dig a little deeper, go inside, listen a little bit more. Let me unhide. Okay, if we're allowing ourselves to, I don't know what that is. If we're allowing ourselves to go inside and we're allowing ourselves to listen a little deeper, we're allowing ourselves to open our hearts to what they're trying to do and to show and to share. When we can open so much more to spirit and to the angels and the guides and our loved ones, so much more is possible. So much more is possible. So allow that to come in for you. Okay, allow that to come in for you. So, Karen, that is the card for you. All right, I'm not sure what that means. Gem Dazzle. Oh, okay. Were you tagging Tracy? Okay, I gotcha. All right, Gem Dazzle. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. And so Chris says, thank the gods the store is closing. Some stuff happened last week. Maybe stick to my stomach. I'm so effing ready to let go of my current job. You are so welcome, my friend. All right, Gem Dazzle. Is there a first name I can put in there with Gem? And Tracy, hello, Tracy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so we've got time for just these last two, so we'll do Gem Dazzle. Okay, go filling in that. And then we're going to go with Tracy. So fun. You guys are so cute. I'm so happy you're joining us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tagging and sharing your friends. That's so wonderful. All right, so Gem Dazzle. We've got regeneration. Card 46. So for you too, this is time for you to close that door and move forward. This is in time for a new journey for you, my friend. This is time for you to have a new adventure. To close that door behind you and have a new journey. Okay, that whatever that is, it is done. And you see this tree is dead. It is cloudy. It is time to go. Okay, so whatever it is that you have been holding on to, like a hope about it, ooh, with like there's a person connected to that. And I get all closed up in my throat, like I feel like you haven't been, Scotland, how fun, where I feel like you haven't been able to speak your truth about this, Gemma, and I want you to be like, it's time to go, purge, close the door, like there's nothing that's good in that, whatever that place is that is holding on to, that you're trying to keep that thread going of like, well, maybe I can salvage this connection. I'm telling you, let it go. Maybe it's not for forever, but for right now, this is regeneration. This is telling you it is time to go. It is time for you to move on, cut those cords, and allow yourself to move forward. Move forward. Scotland, how exciting. How exciting for all of you. Thank you for joining us from so many other amazing places. Okay, Tracy. And you're looking for further information on private psychic readings? Sure, absolutely. Just send me a message. Send me a message. I'm happy to talk to you about that. No problem at all. Card for Tracy today is be flexible. Be flexible. So this is card 19, which is 9 and 1 is 10, which is this is a new opportunity for you. So open your mind, open your heart. I was having this conversation with my son who's looking for a new job, and he's kind of looking like this, and I'm like, no, expand, because you never know what opportunities could be available to you once you get your foot in that door. So Tracy, allow yourself to think a little bit out of this box of how you see yourself going forward, especially as that we're in Aries in the beginning of the new astrological year, and this is the time for launch. It's the time for going forward. So give yourself that opportunity to think a little bit outside the box, and to be able to say, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? And if it doesn't look like what you think it should look like, the better. Okay, follow into the things that don't look like what they've always looked like. Don't do the things you've always done. Allow yourself to say, well, I'm going to apply for that job. I'm going to try. I'm going to try something new. Take a chance. This is the time to take a chance. Okay, don't put yourself in harm's way, of course, but this is a great opportunity to take a chance to try something different, to allow things to come into your life that maybe don't look like how we think they should. Okay, many of you know that I still am a director with Mary Kay Cosmetics, and for a long time I drove a pink Cadillac. But one of the things that happened was I had visualized so long the pink Cadillac in my driveway, and it was, for a long time, Mary Kay only offered like a sedan, like the Cadillac, I don't know, whatever it was, DeVille or something. It was so a 4-door sedan, and visualize. And I got, where we had earned our Cadillac, and at that time they were offering the SUV, and so we test drove, and we picked the SUV because we had young kids and all of this. And I kept looking at it out my bedroom window into the driveway, and I'm like, my husband's like, what are you doing? I'm like, it doesn't look right. He's like, what do you mean it doesn't look right? I'm like, well, I had visualized what it was supposed to look like, but I know we made the right choice with the SUV, and it's like, it doesn't look like my visualization because I kept visualizing the sedan, because for decades that's all that was available, and now all of a sudden there was this SUV, and so it didn't look right to me, but it was so much better and more than I could have ever asked for, because I allowed myself to just think outside and not be constricted by what it should look like. So this is what I'm saying for you, Tracy, is allow yourself to think outside that box, and don't worry about what it's supposed to look like. Just go with how it feels. Allow yourself to go forward. This is such a great time for you. So much love that's in front of you. Okay. Chanel has put in white hearts. White hearts. Scotland. Hello. Chanel. That makes very much sense for Gemma. That's awesome. There's definitely been a theme today. Love the infinity. This is, we're going to block that. The infinity symbol. Is your favorite? Absolutely. How do I do my pricing using the symbol? I don't understand the question, Karen. Love how you do your pricing using the symbol. Okay. Love how you do your pricing using the symbol. Thanks. It really does make sense. Good. I'm so glad. Yay. Chanel. Oh, Zanel. Okay. Sirius Boyd. I don't know who that is, but we're gonna, you're not allowed to post unless I've invited you to. So, bye-bye. Delete. Spammers are not permitted. Spammers will be instantly blocked. Bye. Alrighty. Spammers are instantly blocked. Alright, so Zanel and Chanel. All right, then we really have to be done because I have other things I've got to do today. I'm sorry. Have my hour, and then we're over. But we're going to do Chanel and Zanel because I would be very remiss if I did not. So, Chanel, we have Imagine. This card is, what is this number? Somebody's cards. Oh, 20. 20. Oh, such a beautiful new journey in front of you, Chanel. Look how much light there is. There's so much peace and light and following the joy, following the bliss. Follow the bliss. Allow yourself to follow what makes you happy. Bring more joy. Allow more joy into your life. If you follow that, we raise our vibration to love and gratitude, and we float through the other challenges. And so I feel like you already know that. I feel like you're a person who is already following the light and following the love, and leading with love. Allow yourself to imagine what more is possible with leading with love. Is there a program you're going to start? You were going to lead a program? So much joy and light about it. So much joy and light about it. If there's leadership with you, Chanel. There's leadership, and there's the ability for you, almost like a Pied Piper image that I have of you leading others to the light by your example. And so just go forward. This, again, that same theme we've been seeing today of this is the time of launch, this time of new moon in Aries, the beginning of the astrological year. It's the time of launch. Go, follow the love, lead with love, and you are 100% on the right track. I feel so much happiness, and I like almost, and butterflies in my stomach with that too. So, I look forward to hearing what that is about. My new friend Chanel. All right, Zanelle, and then we're gonna have the last one. That will be the last one. Well, maybe we'll do one to close it out for everybody. So, all right, Zanelle, community. Card number 8. And so we've seen this again. Here's Zanelle. I didn't forget you, I promise. So card number 8, the infinity symbol. We've been talking about this a lot. The infinity symbol, right? So we have, this is community. And I love, you're so welcome, Chanel. Yay. Okay, so now this is so much about, again, connecting, allowing people in. We've been talking about that a lot today. Allowing people to come in, allowing people to support you, opening up those blinders a little bit, looking to the left and right and seeing there are other people on the path with you. There are other people on the journey. We are not alone. When the noise gets so loud, and right, that surface layer of stuff that we talked about before, it's so easy for us to think we're the only ones, right? If you scroll back to the very beginning an hour ago, how many of you had comments that said, I thought it was just me. I'm the only one feeling like this. We are not alone. We are so much about community. And so just now, allow yourself to be part of that community. Remember that you are not alone. You are not the only one feeling a certain kind of way. You all are connected. You are all together. And we are all together. And the more we can connect, the more we expand our ripples, the more we have more power to send out love and light in such a more powerful way. So don't forget, you are part of a greater community that operates on a place of light and love. And that so you have, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us, Janelle. It's always so happy to have you with us. Have a great week. So now allow yourself to be part of the community. Allow that connection to others. You're not alone. It doesn't have to be like that. Allow yourself to welcome other people in. Okay. And I think sometimes when we get a little bit nervous, especially if you've had your heart broken or something. We get a little bit nervous. We're like, can I trust that person? I want to tell you, when you are, when you are coming from this place of light and love, and you are vibrating in that higher place, you're calling in people who are a vibrational match. Okay, when we're in this place of like, okay, then we're calling in people who are a vibrational match. It's going to be low. When we stay in that place of light and love, we build our community of people who are a vibrational match up here, right? And that's where you are. So now you're part of the community. And so now what I want you to do is spread your wings and open your heart and welcome others into your community, so that you can move forward with more strength of knowing that you are part of something bigger than you, and that you are being held and lifted by others around you. Because I think sometimes you feel like you're the only one carrying the water. And I want you to know that you are being lifted, that there is opportunity for you to tap into that. So, all right. Alonso, hola, signor. All right, I gotta end it, you guys. I'm so sorry, my friends. I try not to use you guys anymore. So you folks, you amazing, wonderful people, thank you so much for hanging in with me. I know we went a little long today, so I gotta cut it off. Otherwise, I know you all will ask me for cards all day, and I would stay and do it, but I have to cut it off. I have some other commitments today. So happy to be with you. Please do join me on Thursday. There will be meditation this Thursday. We're gonna do a special meditation for releasing some of this stuff. We'll be out of the full moon, the new moon energy. We're kind of out of it now. We're going to be able to really talk about releasing some things and bringing in the love and doing some healing for Ukraine as well. So we're going to do that on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. So please make sure you join. If you came in late, definitely check out the replay so you can get in all the stuff from the beginning. And I apologize so much for so many spammers today, but the more we block them, the less will come eventually. So have a fantastic week. Please know how so very, very much you are loved. Mwah. We'll see you next week.